My name is Brody Stanton, and I read Grendel by John Gardner, and I will be talking about Grendel's character transformation throughout the text and how Grendel symbolizes an anti-hero within modern literature. The start of the book shows Grendel walking through his realm, noticing the symbols of spring all around him. He notes places where he has committed foul acts of violence and crime, such as saying, "Here I killed the old woman with the long gray hair. She tasted of urine and spleen, which made me spit." As he walks through, he stumbles upon a deer who springs out of there at the sight of him. Grendel exclaims, "Ah, the unfairness of everything." He explains how he has never killed a deer in his life, and he never will. He passes a sleeping mother who is guilted by an unmentioned crime and is unable or unwilling to speak, so Grendel knows nothing of their existence or their purpose. This causes Grendel to doubt himself and his personal existence. Grendel walks through the realm, crying and screaming at the sky. He appears making a nasty face at the sky, who we can infer is his gods he follows or worships, or someone he looks up to. This shows that he feels he is made for a bigger purpose than the role he is playing, and that he is supposed to do more with his life. The beginning of the book portrays Grendel as a misunderstood hero and just a soul trying to find his place in the world. However, this changes when he has found himself in the presence of a huge, red, golden dragon, who exclaimed that the humans are simple beings and their world is meant for things beyond anything that they could ever comprehend. The dragon explains that the humans are just temporary and will fade away like dust as time goes on, just as the dragon and Grendel will. This allows Grendel to release all the guilt he has been holding from all these foul acts of violence that he has committed, such as killing people and raiding the villages. The dragon makes the comparison that the fear and discomfort Grendel feels around him is identical to the relationship between him and the humans. Grendel considers this comparison and decides to stop scaring the humans merely for sport and starts to accept who he truly is and his main purpose in this world. After Grendel's encounter with the dragon, his view of the world changes significantly. He says, "I had become myself, as if I was born again. I was Grendel, ruiner of mead halls, wrecker of worlds." The world he had once longed for a meaning and purpose in, he now feels is a meaningless place. The song that once rang from the mead hall that made him feel doubt and loneliness now makes him feel enraged and has a sense of self-satisfaction. Upon meeting Unferth in the story, a new arrival to the village, Grendel laughs and is sarcastic at his idea of being a hero. Grendel explains how he pities the hero's terrible burden of always having to be perfect and never being allowed to slip up. Then we are introduced to Beowulf, who arrives by sea with a group of people, and Grendel is met with a burst of joy. Upon the urge of the new arrivals, Grendel jumps at the opportunity of raiding the hall. Grendel starts shoving bodies down his throat, and when he reaches to grab another, he is met with a grip unlike any he has ever felt. Grendel and Beowulf go at each other, Beowulf throwing him across the room and continuing to smash Grendel against the walls. He then strikes Grendel and breaks his forehead open and rips his arm off his shoulder. Knowing that death is inevitable, Grendel stumbles out of the mead hall into the forest and finds himself staring at the same cliff that the story once started. His old enemies, the animals, all appear and stand there to watch him die. Before he tumbles down into the abyss, he says, "Poor Grendel's had an accident. So may you all." Even upon his deathbed, he wishes bad upon his enemies. This shows that the true transformation was from Grendel being a misunderstood hero and just a lost soul trying to find his purpose in the world, to a brutal and cold-hearted villain who has accepted that his purpose is nothing more than to kill and raid the village of all the good and happiness in there. That's my take on Grendel by John Gardner. Thank you.